Behemoth Titans have seen better days, and with recent changes announced, they will be getting a buff in PvE very soon. In the meantime, I have put together a nice build that revolves around Stasis Crystals. We'll be checking out a fun Stasis Titan build that utilises the Headstone weapon perk, which will essentially turn your Titan into an unkillable machine. We will be reviewing the aspects, fragments, and some mods that will bring the Stasis Scars build to life. Stay tuned, Guardian. Every once in a while, I put down my tryhard PvP Hunter and space spamming Warlock to mess around with Titan builds, such as this Behemoth one that pleasantly surprised me, and discover new and interesting things. It's no secret that Behemoth got nerfed into the ground a few months back, harder than fusion rifles ever got in Destiny 1, but there is light on the horizon, and this build makes it shine. It's a tank build that focuses on creating stasis crystals, whether that is ability or weapon precision kills. Before we jump in though, please do me a favour, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment at the end with what you liked about it, and get the conversation going, Guardian. First up, we will be looking at the Headstone perk. You should already know this by now, but in case you have not picked up Destiny in quite a while, the Headstone perk was introduced in Season of the Lost. It only rolls on stasis weapons and creates stasis crystals on taking out combatants and guardians with precision kills, such as Vulpecula. My role comes with said perk and outlaw, enabling fast reload as well as creating crystals. The only heavy weapon that can also roll Headstone at the time of making this video is the Trials Linear Fusion Rifle, Reed's Regret. I have the Adept version, but the normal version can also roll with it. The great part of this perk is that you can use these crystals for cover, and defeating tougher combatants spawns larger ones. They can also be used to kill targets surrounding them, and combatants tend to shoot them, keeping them distracted. Now we can take a look at the Stasis build that benefits from creating these crystals. We're going to go with Glacial Grenades. The reason for this is simple, we'll be mostly using these to shatter them. Pair this with the Howl of the Storm aspect, which creates a wall of ice when slide meleeing, and then combine these with the Tectonic Harvest aspect, which spawns stasis shards when destroying crystals. For fragments, we will use Whisper of Shards, which increases your grenade regeneration on destroying crystals, Whisper of Rhyme to gain overshields when picking up shards, and Whisper of Hunger for increased melee energy on shard pickup. A lot is going on here, so let's break it down. When destroying stasis crystals, either created by Headstone, grenades, or melee, your grenade will regenerate faster for 5 seconds, and can stack up to 10 seconds whilst destroying more shards. On picking up shards, you gain an overshield, and increased melee energy, making you nearly always having a source of crystal abilities. We have one more fragment spot to choose from. I went with Fissures, which increases shatter damage on crystal breaks, which is due to have a damage buff soon, depending on when you're watching this video. This will enable you to be able to clear out ads surrounding crystals. Before we continue with the armor side of things, please do me a favour and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, it's the best way to help the channel grow, but your viewership is more than enough. Now we are going to take a look at the armor, starting with the exotic. I've gone for the Precious Scars exotic helmet. Once upon a time, this piece only provided overshields when reviving. Now it heals on weapon kills that matches the subclass element also. In this case, 2 of the guns we are going to be using are stasis, so on each stasis weapon kill, our health will regenerate, making it a very useful exotic. Next, we will place 2 mods on that will interact very nicely. First up is Elemental Shards. Picking up shards will count as picking up stasis elemental wells. Pair this with the Font of Might mod, that increases the damage of weapons matching your subclass element type, in this case, stasis weapons. Elemental Charge, which grants you charge with light on well pickup, in this case, shard pickup. And finally, Protective Light, which grants you a damage resist when your shields are dropped. Let's break that down, shall we? Picking up shards will additionally grant you stacks of charge with light and a 10-second damage increase to stasis weapons, on top of grenade regeneration, extra melee, and rhyme overshields. With this build, you essentially become unkillable. You have weapon kills that grant you health, shards that grant you ability bonuses, and nearly infinite ways to regenerate stasis crystals, alongside protective light if you get in a pickle. But to make this build a little bit more competitive in endgame content that contains Overload or Unstoppable champions, we can make more improvements. Thermoclastic Strike will enable your melee, including the Howl of the Storm crystals, to stun Overload champions and regain full melee energy. Direct hits with this ability will stun them, but did you also know that shattering said crystals near Overloads stun them too? I only found this out recently, and it kinda blew my mind. Let me know in the comments if I'm late to the party. To complete the build, we are using the most infamous and overpowered particle deconstruction mod of the season. It doesn't need an intro, so I'm just going to pair that with what I consider a very underrated pick for this season, Merciless. Getting hits on targets without killing them increases the fire rate to the point that it can shoot on tapping the trigger. We are obviously going to pair this with the Unstoppable Fusion mod to obliterate unstoppable champions. This build has many utilities, and I have been having a blast on my Titan, and I don't even play with it too much. There you have it, ladies and gents. A strong build that can be used in nightfalls, solo lost sectors, and raids. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll be working on a Thor related video that my friend Hovis suggested. Keep an eye out for that one. If you made it to the end, a quick announcement. I am returning to the office 4 days a week, which will impact my schedule, but will mean less rush videos and more effort put towards them, as I will be only working on 1 video per week. I hope you have a fantastic day, and hope to catch you in the comments section. Until then...
Fight forever, Guardian!